And Coach always tells us we got to worry about the people in our group and the people on our team, and that's all we can do. Is people are gonna have their opinions, and that's why you play the games.
You guys feel like you should be a little further up?
And you ask anybody that, they're gonna give you the same answer. We are very confident in our abilities, and we think we're fully capable of being a very good team.
How about your game? How are you going to be a different player this year than in the past?
For me, I think it changes year to year. I have to play the three a little bit, or a lot this year, which I haven't had to do in my time here yet. I'd say that'd be the biggest change, but it's a position that I'm used to, and so it's not something that'll be too tough of a transition.
How do you feel like your skill set fits that?
I think it fits it well. I can shoot well. I can put the ball on the floor, and I could defend the perimeter. So I think I'll be fine.
How about your newcomers? Who are maybe some guys we hadn't heard much about that the fans don't know that you think might make an impact for y'all?
I think everyone that we have that's coming in is going to make somewhat of an impact. I think Eric is a great player. Eric McClellan, he's a point guard, and he's going to be really good for us. He can push the ball in transition. He's a good shooter. He's a very good overall player, and he'll be very good for us, as well as most people know Damian Jones. He is a freshman. He'll be very good for us as well because of the things I mentioned earlier. He brings a lot of different things to the table. And then we also have another freshman, Luke, he's actually grew 2 inches since he got to school, so he's about 7 foot now, and he's a power forward, and he can shoot really well and stretch the floor, so he'll be good for us as well.
When you lost those 3 guys over the summer, I'm trying to remember, it seemed like it happened pretty quick, but you remember hearing about one and thinking, oh, that's too bad, and then another, and you think, what's going on? And then the third, like, what, well, do you remember what the mindset was when all that was going on?
Yeah, it was tough, but Coach did a great job of, talking us through it and keeping us positive and making sure that we know that we have to stick together and that there's adversity in life and it's about how you deal with that adversity. And so we kind of just stuck together, worked harder. That's all we could really do.
Does it get a lot of play in Nashville and places in between about UK's freshman class and all the hype going on in Lexington?
Oh no, we kind of worry about us. We don't really think too much into that. We'll see him when we see him.
How would you describe Eric? Who does he remind you of? Who would he remind us of as a point guard?
That's a good question. He's not like any of the point guards that I played with in my time here. He's a lot different. He pushes the ball. He knows the game really well. He shoots really well. He's athletic. He's a great defender, and he's tall. So he's about 6'4", 6'5". So he's definitely an intriguing player as well as a very talented player. And so I couldn't compare him to any of the point guards I play with, and I play with a few, but he's definitely going to be good for us.
Rod, there are going to be some rules changes this year with regards to charging, maybe an effort to open the game up, giving the offense more of an advantage. How do you view players maybe adapting to some of those changes in the field?
I think it'll be tough for guys who are, perennial charge takers. I think it'll be easier for guys that are the ones who get the charges called on them. But as being one of the guys who usually gets the charges called on them, I like the rule. Obviously, it kind of gives us a little bit more freedom, and I think it's a good addition.
Do you feel like the game needs to be kind of opened up a little bit, or how do you view the state of the game, or how it was last year?
No, I think it's pretty open, but I think that will open it up and make it more interesting.
How often, Rod, do you think a guy that's called for charging is really blocking? That the defender kind of,
I don't know. It's tough because a lot of them can go either way, and so it's then some guys flop, and so it's tough to call. It's tough to call a percentage, but I'm sure it happens often.
Yeah, Coach Stein's obviously been a Vandy a long time, had a lot of success. For what you guys went through in the summer, how well equipped do you think he was to handle that, given his experience, at Vanderbilt and at this level?
I think he's been here 15 years or something like that, and so I think he was very, very well prepared. You can't really predict something like that happening, but as far as the way he dealt with it with us, and I feel like he definitely helped us, keep moving forward and realize that, you know, what he always says is that when we lose somebody, whether it be to an injury or something else, everybody has to step up and do a little bit more. And it's not that, you know, they're not capable of it. It's just that it's a little bit more what they may have been used to in the past. And so he kind of just kept that idea in our head and just, you know, helped us keep pushing forward.
How much was that basically what you guys did last year?
Yeah, that's what it was a little different last year because guys were pretty uncertain about their roles and that kind of thing. Everybody knew they had to do more, but they weren't sure exactly what. And so it was something like that, but it was a little bit different.
You guys have, what, 9 scholarship players? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
right? How does that impact practice? How many walk-ons do you have? I mean, how does that impact practice?
We have 2 walk-ons, and so it impacts practice from the standpoint that we don't have a lot of subs.
Right.
But you know, that's only going to make us tougher, and so we try to come out every day and embrace that.
Do you think it hurts the quality of practices, or like I said, is it
Oh no, I think as being a senior and being at Vanderbilt for 4 years, I think having to play the whole practice without subs, I definitely have getting more from it than I would have if I would have a sub.
Does he shorten practices at all, or you guys just got to gut it out more?
I mean, preseason is preseason, so it's going to be tough no matter what you do. And so it's just, you know, you got to get through that preseason grind and get better every day, regardless of what the length is.
Last year, you guys were kind of a perimeter-oriented team, a lot of three-pointers. Do you see this team maybe being a little more balanced offensively inside that, or how do you view it?
Oh, I definitely think we'll be a little bit more balanced. Josh has gotten a lot better, and Damien's really talented inside, so I think we'll have more of a balanced attack.
Rod, as a senior, you know, what are you really hoping to leave as your legacy at Vanderbilt throughout your final season playing for the Commodores?
I just want to win. You know, we won a lot of games my first 2 years here, and we struggled a little bit last year, and I just want to go out winning. That's all I really care about.
How tough was that rebuilding process last year when you lose a guy like Jenkins and all the talent that you guys lost, and Jeffrey Taylor, and what were some of the things as a team you guys kind of had to go through?
It was tough because guys had to kind of figure out their identity and figure out what their new roles on the team were. But at the same time, it's definitely something that guys look forward to. They look forward to stepping into those roles and filling those shoes that, you know, people that they looked up to filled. And so it's a two-way street with that. You know, it's tough, but it's also something that you want to do as an athlete.